It's One Nation Restorations, and we're restoring another American-made tool with American-made tools. Today, we're going to be working on this Craftsman bench grinder. We're going to be giving it a complete restoration and an overhaul. And as always, you'll be given a complete breakdown of how to do this. In the meantime, sit back and relax while I take this thing apart. Whenever you replace the bearings, your local dealer should be able to convert the old model number to the new one, but it's always a good idea to check the outside and inside diameters to get within their tolerance. And for the sandblasting you see, I'm using an 80 grit abrasive to remove the rust in the paint. You can help yourself out and prolong the life of your abrasive if you remove the bulk of the paint and rust with a wire wheel beforehand. The de-rusting solution you see here is evaporust. This is normally see-through, which means this batch is starting to show some signs that it's on the way out. The parts you see were left in for 8 hours, but I can usually get away with 4 or 5 in a fresh new batch. And because the grinder isn't turning on, I'm also going to check the switch setup. To do this, check for continuity using a multimeter. When you complete the circuit, the meter should beep. Toggle the switch to the on position, which creates contact to complete the circuit, whereas in the off position, it's open and the current shouldn't flow. Both of these pieces check out, so the issue's probably in the cord. To give the nuts and bolts a natural luster, I used a medium pad and SCR compound by Dyco. You can find links to these as well as any of the other tools and supplies that I'm using in this video down in the description below. I always appreciate that because when you use these Amazon links, it kicks back a portion of the proceeds back to One Nation Restorations, and I use those funds to help this channel grow. The long screws that hold the body together are getting 2 rounds of cold bluing. This solution is extremely sensitive, so pour a small amount into a separate container and never dip into the bottle. Generously apply the bluing for about 30 seconds and then rinse away any of the extra in cold water. Dry off the water and then repeat the process as many times as it takes to get to that desired level of black you're going for. Once satisfied, apply a layer of oil on the parts to prevent them from rusting and allow them to sit overnight. This Craftsman power cord has a ground and the one I took out did not. When you attach the ground, it needs to be on bare metal, so sand away the paint where the screw is going to hold it on. To clean out the threads, use a pitch gauge to determine how many threads per inch you have. File like you normally would, but take off the bare minimum required to restore the threads. If any of these tips have helped, or you just appreciate the hard work that has gone into this restoration or the creation of this video, smash the subscribe button to show your support. The number one piece of constructive criticism I get is my lack of ASMR. This is my first crack at it, so I promise to get better. Comment below on what you thought about it and if you'd like to see more. This restoration took 18 hours to complete. The longest part of the process was tracking down a local place that sold these bearings and having to fight traffic to go pick it up. My favorite part was installing that new cord because I've been looking at the bootleg one since the day I became the proud owner of this. We restored another American-made tool with American-made tools. See you next time.